Hi, how's it? Aloha and hang loose, my goose. Well, we got tons of stuff in the Sunday Pepah. That's great. We always need. It's most of it's the obviously the coronavirus, but and but there's stuff. I'm trying to be like a little bit more no local news, but obviously I just go wherever. And that's just how I roll right now. Water. But there's a bar news. First off, dry. It's been hot lately. Hydrate. Okay. Today is August 2nd. August 2nd. Now on August 1st, they were going to reopen the TransPacific travel. But spiked in cases, it got pushed to September 1st. Trans-Pacific travel. That means if you test negative 3 days before, go to your local CVS store. I don't know where else have they got those. You test negative, you bring that little paper, get on board the plane, you come here, and you don't have to do the 14-day quarantine. But it's all mandatory masks right now, and only 10 people allowed in public. But you circumvent that 14-day quarantine thing September 1st. Yet, look at the headline. Alarming path. Alarming path. Thumbnail opportunity number 3. Alarming path. It does make it easier. But this is alarming. Okay. Always keep a light heart, but this stuff is serious. Okay. Recent surge in COVID-19 could further cripple the state. This is the state of Hawaii. Now, if you notice here, this is when it started. February, March. Boom. Now, in March, there was these cruise ships going back and forth between islands. The cruise ship went all through the islands, bump, 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 and they went to California and tested positive. So there's a big chance that all that was spread when that happened. Then they're starting to go, oh, well, we're top of the virus, and then there's the spikes. So that could be cruise ship oriented, and people just learning math stuff. But look at this: June, July. Look at July. 124. Highest count Thursday. Wham! 124 on Thursday. Now keep that in mind. I guess they're calling it the red zone. The red zone. At this current trajectory, we'll be at 5,000 cases by September 1st, says Lieutenant Governor Josh Green. And the guy's a doctor. I said, doctor, can you ease my belly ache? The other thing on the front page is this guy, Larry Ellison. Larry Ellison. You never know about Larry Ellison. He's a billionaire. Billionaire. Yeah. But the other thing about Ellison is he practically owns the, I guess they call it the sixth island? Sixth largest. Okay. There's an island called Lanai, and he owns like 98% of it or whatever. He almost owns the whole island because he bought up it all like private land, and then he develops and develops. First there's like a resort, and then communities, and he's like basically taking over it. Now he's going to build 5 unusual luxury homes on Lanai. Like mini resort. 5 unusually what large? Well, they range from 6,000 to 13,000 square feet. However big that is. That's pretty big, right? Record shows the owner of the 5 lots, Lanai Estates Limited Liability Company, LLC. So, yeah. The man who owns the island of Lanai. It's going to be 5 real. And apparently they really love him there. Because he worked as a single, centralized billionaire. He's more efficient on the island of getting things done than, our dumbass, whatever, stuff. Here we have an article for national news that gets like, Americans weary and wary as virus roars back. And it starts off with, first Pacific hardest ever. Where is it? As the United States rides what amounts to a second wave, well, duh, it's going all over the place. It's getting freaking, it's spiking. I don't know what's going on. There's big movements like, oh, we shouldn't wear a mask, and the government's fooling us because they want to take over the government. The government wants to like make martial law and have control over the people. V for vendetta. But still yet, the virus don't care. If it's allowed to spread, it's spreading. And the thing is real. I heard this, one conspiracy theory is that they're just labeling every kind of death as coronavirus. Someone comes in, they die of the flu, coronavirus. Someone comes in, they die of cirrhosis of the liver, coronavirus. Because maybe there's corruption in the hospitals because they're getting money, right? So the more corona numbers, the hospital gets money. But that doesn't matter. I mean, they got bad numbers, but this thing is real. It's not... It's the conspiracy theories like that, and then people like, I'm going to take off my mask and do what I want. It's just detrimental to society. It's not a question of rights. It's a question of, don't jump out of the plane without an umbrella. I mean, a parachute. You can jump out of the plane with an umbrella, as long as you have a parachute. Good morning. Hawaii businesses. This is the big hot stuff out here today, in the big islands, the other islands, to Oahu, with all the big number of people. Little small businesses, which are fairly large, but they're small businesses. They're not big corporations, all small businesses. So, I'm getting in the habit of doing that thing. Sorry about that. I'm trying to not say like, Toastmasters. Alright, why small businesses? See, they were going to open TransPacific travel, but they didn't. They pushed it back to September 1st. See, August 1st, this is August 2nd, so August 1st, on that, they all got together and they're making protest. Last call, Ige, Caldwell, they're singling you out. Oh, we're being singled out. It's a happy face, sad face. We're being singled out. You're picking on us. Well, yeah, see, once again, election. So, here, simply saying September 1st or October 1st with no plan in place is not the way to go. That's their kind of main point. They did a giant Zoom thing, right? Because obviously they're not going to gather together in their bars, drinking with no masks, going, what are we going to do about this? Yeah, the shots of the round. See, some of these bars that, they got tagged for bad behavior, unsafe corona behavior. They're saying that, oh, we got scapegoated and singled out and this and that. It doesn't matter. Those are the people that got caught. How many people that didn't get caught that are spreading this stuff? It's a thing. So what they are proposing, because what are you going to do, right? They want benchmarks, or what they're calling trigger points, where for reopening would enable owners to plan ahead. For example, set a number of COVID-19 cases, could promptly certain closures, or set a number of days without new cases could trigger some type of reopening. So basically, they're going like, well, if there's a certain number of days without a work accident, without certain number of days without cases, then we can reopen. And then if there's a certain amount of cases, then we can pull it back. And they're saying you want to set exact numbers where it gets to that point. The numbers get to that point. Oh, okay, law says. So they want those specific points where they open and reopen. Well, it's very strategic business planning, right? Very on the schedule, and you can tell your employees work day and all that kinds of get yourself action. But be careful what you ask for. Quote, there should be clear metrics based on numbers of infections, hospital room availability, ventilators, ... The entire matrix we can come up with to say, based on these benchmarks, I hate the word benchmarks, it's a teacher thing, benchmarks. I can't get out of my head the athlete in a football game being benched for some reason. But benchmarks level. Based on these benchmarks, this is what's going to happen, said State Senator Glenn Wakai, Democrat, Kalihi, Salt Lake, Pearl Harbor. And there's owner of House of Pancakes. We don't have any ideas what we'll hang on to, but you see they're desperate. Mike Rompel, franchise of Domino's Pizza. You're chasing the symptoms. Because they don't have a cure yet. That's all you got is symptoms? Symptoms and death. That's what you got. We're chasing the symptoms. 99% of people contract the virus are going to get healthy again. The others? Casualties of war, casualties of business, casualties of profit. There you go. Casualties of profit. Trademark. That's a good name of a rock band. Casualties of profit. That is a pretty good name. Name for a concept album anyway. This case and that had the case and the protecting the 1%. Like they're kind of doing the 1% thing. Like it's the 1% of richies or something. And we're poor, we're hurting the road. The 1%. There's something about the 1%. They should be expendable. Fuck the 1%. Chasing the symptoms. And Thomas Ray, bar manager for Square Barrels, he's the very vocal one. We were targeted as a hotspot. Bars are the flavor of the week. Next week we'll find a new scapegoat, Ray said. See, he's getting them riled up. Well, anyways, so let me return to this little quote. There should be clear metrics based on number of infections, hospital rooms, availability, and ventilators describing when we should open up and close. Be careful what you ask for. Here's your metric right here, buddy. Where's your benchmark? Is it down here? Is it up here? Should we make the benchmark way up here so you can reopen? Look at that metric. Freaking. According to what she's quoting herself saying, is that quoting yourself saying? According to what is quoted as she had been saying, this lady from wherever, doesn't matter. Oh, the senator. Glenn. Sorry, Glenn. You're a he. According to what senator is saying, there should be clear benchmarks. But according to that quote, they should have shut down all small businesses about a month ago, and they should be stayed shut probably for months to come. Now, that means your businesses are going under because of the virus. But, I mean, I really feel bad for small businesses in a way. Although I hate the way they take advantage of the workers. They really, I mean, there should be Marxists out there waving their little Karl Marx flag. They really take advantage of small part-time workers. They just rape the frickin' working. But anyways, they need their paycheck, and these businesses need their profit. And what's going on is they're trying to say, open up. We don't care about a small number of people getting it. Who cares if they die? It's only 1%. You don't need them anyway. because they won't be paying customers. I just, it makes me grind. Training for virtual teaching varies widely. How are you going to teach in your virtual classroom? I should be reading this article, but I'm not going to. I'm a little bitter with the education system. Learning is good, yes. And learning how to learn is good, yes. And keeping a healthy mind, yes. I should know. I'm trying to get there myself. One thing is stay happy in the face of this all. Promise. For God to keep me happy. Not to, well, God's a different topic. Seals rebound. Lures more sharks to the northeast. That was typical reading. The seals are coming back. Yay! I'm a protected species. Look, my family's getting bigger. From the shock. That's the way nature works. Seals are favorite prey of large sharks, such as the great white. The death last week of swimmer Julie Dimmer per Holo Watch was killed by a great white off of Harpswell, Maine. Holy shit. Julie got eaten by a shark. Holy crap. I didn't know about that. I've been doing all these shark pictures. Strange. Premonition. But she was mistaken for a seal. So what happens there is, it's been known, sharks look and they see someone, especially in Maine, that's cold. Ask Stephen King. I guess you get used to it, like Montana. It's so frozen a lot of times. It gets really hot there too. It's just over 100 degrees in summer. But when it gets cold, it's cold. And if there's ice and snow, there's ice and snow. It's like friggin' wow. It's a different world. Montana during winter. Different world. Same world. But during winter. But you go into the water in Maine, I'm sure it's far. And they're wearing wetsuits. And wetsuits come in primarily black. And you're wearing swim fins. Or might as well be doing that in the water. Because you're going to look like a seal. Especially from below. And sharks, right? They're like, good enough. They bite you by mistake. It's not like they're trying to eat you. But, you don't want to get bit because then I'm feeling dizzy and I can't swim. And a lot of times shark shark bite. If you get a shark bite, you eventually drown because they can't swim. That's the facts. The majority of documented shark attacks in the U.S. happen off Florida. Internationally, warm water. See, relatively, the cold waters, they make a mistake. A shark specialist, Greg Skomal, he's the guy, Hoopa, he's Hoopa. Got shark specialist with Massachusetts Division of Marine Fisheries. We restore top predators with potential for these interactions could increase. So, yeah. You feed them seals and there's going to be more great white sharks in, numbers. Specialist. Majority of documented sharks happen off of Florida, where it's warmer. But bites are rare in those places too. Wait. Warmer weather countries such as South Africa, Australia have higher totals than most, but bites are rare in those places too. Even the ones with the most shark attacks, it's rare. Australia has been 652 unprovoked shark attacks according to go back to 1580, according to the International Shark Attack Report File. International Shark Attack File reported. God, back to the year 1580? They've been reporting shark attacks? 652 in Australia. Australia, down under. There I go again. Oh no. The greater number of sightings are unequivocally as a resurgence of seals. Well, My brother-in-law, love the guy dearly. He's a great guy. Married to my sister in Waimanalo. Now he's like Sea Life Park over here, and they raise green sea turtles and they release them in the wild because green sea turtles are rare and they're protected, a protected species. They used to hunt them with over here, spear fishing. So now there's like lots more green sea turtles. Well, more sharks. So now there's a little bit more sharks. But, they got sea turtles. But the fishers over here, fisher people, teach a man to fish. Right? So the fishermen over here are angry about that because they get angry about everything over here to get their way. But they get angry about that, saying that there's more sharks because there's more turtles. And since there's more sharks, the sharks also eat the fish. And now we cannot go fish because there's less fish because the shark ate the fish because they came back because turtles. Right? Something's making a weird sound. Oh, I think it's a dog toy. My sister. Other sister. I thought it was my camera making a strange... My camera's making a bad break squeak. Anyways, so they're angry at the green sea turtles being released because it increases the sharks, take away the fish. So the fishermen want themselves to be able to hunt turtles again. They just want to hunt turtles. Turtle soup. That's what they want. See, that's a convoluted... See, I don't believe all the protesters do. Just because you're a protester doesn't mean you're right. God, get And now for fun. Oh. Working for billionaire. I'm not working for him. Didn't give me no money. Give me $1 million would be nothing. Subscribe. Like. It's good. It's good for the soul. Show appreciation. So I'm glad for the new subscribers. I figured there's a big audience out there. All you people. But actually, I'm thinking about it going, if someone's watching this, they're right there, all by themselves. Hi there. They shake my hand. Oh. But wash my hand. Stupid jokes. Giant. Okay. This is good. Scientists pinpoint Stonehenge's origin. So, Stonehenge, right? Okay. Salisbury Hill, England, Stonehenge. You just think... I did a little report once. Did you know when Stonehenge was built, and it's built in stages, right? Versus a big, huge wooden one, and then there's like little size stones, and then the big stones, whatever. But when it was being built, it was so long ago, the wheel had not been invented yet. So Stonehenge was built before they invented the wheel. They know stuff like that. And in the King Arthur legends, you got Merlin using magic to levitate stones, which is the theory I go by because you just gotta love Merlin. Merlin's just too cool. Merlin grows young, he doesn't grow old. Merlin. So, but the other theory is ancient druids, but no, the druids had nothing to do with it. It just doesn't match the timeline. Bottom line, they don't know who built Stonehenge to this day, except for August 1st, the next day, where they find out that they figured out who did it. I don't know. Came to the conclusion more than appreciation. Generally chemical makeup of the stones. Oh gosh. Someone drilled a hole in one of these stones in the 50s and took it home. They put it back. Over Central. I don't know. A historian tells us that Merlin the wizard of often listened to move a ring of gigantic mystical stones. See? Wait, it's Merlin. He moved them from Ireland to over there. Well, basically, they're just saying they figured out where the stones came from. So if they figured out where the stones come from, they figured out who. Because they gotta bring the stones. They probably use logs. Logs. So, oh yeah, and don't forget, SpaceX Dragon crew coming down today off of Florida. So Florida, you got a hurricane, you got massive 6,000 a day coronavirus, you got the most shark attacks, and splashdown of Dragon crew. SpaceX, Doug and Bob, or just Doug and Rob. Hey, they went to the space station and they came back. So I guess someone's still up in the space station going, I wish I could go back. Maybe they're not going, I'm glad I'm not going back there. Hurricanes, shock attacks, and virus and shit. But go NASA.gov or you can videos, live video stuff on YouTube. So go check that out. Stop watching me. Go check that. No, watch me all the way through. bonus points. Mongoose invasion. Anyways, probably very long now already. So take care, hang loose, and aloha.